Hi everyone, this is Emmy from our academy. Today we have a consultation about wanting to join foreign investment banks like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. We are receiving inquiries from all over the world, and together with TJ, who used to work in the IBD at Goldman Sachs, we would like to talk about how to create a CV that can get you into Goldman Sachs. Alpha Academy has been in business for over 20 years, including Goldman Sachs, Morgan, Stanley, JP Morgan, and more recently BlackRock and Citadel, as well as foreign funds. Yes, we have connected many people to job offers. As written here, this is the track record of students we have supported at Alpha Academy. Many have secured jobs in foreign finance, funds, management, consulting, and the Big Four, particularly in the United States, notably. Especially for international students, many have entered overseas universities such as Harvard, Stanford, the Ivy League, and liberal arts colleges. Recently, a lot of them have also been admitted to business schools and graduate programs in financial engineering. At Alpha Academy, we provide global support to many individuals, and particularly, there are a lot of people thriving in the world of global finance. At Alpha Academy, we comprehensively support you from the initial career planning through the actual interview process, CV, and cover letter preparation, all the way to securing an offer. As a result, we have over 5,000 job placements in the world's top finance industries, including leading financial institutions like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. Today, TJ, who will be speaking, has been supporting everyone as a top advisor at Alpha. TJ himself was in the investment banking division at Goldman Sachs, and he channels all of that experience into supporting Alpha. Additionally, we have many success stories in emerging markets and on the international stage. So if you feel like you lack a network, or if you are determined to join Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley in the US, please feel free to consult with us at any time. Regarding TJ's career after graduating from Chicago Booth, which was also supported by a corporate sponsor with a full scholarship, he graduated and then went to Goldman Sachs's IBD and later founded Alpha Advisors. He has been supporting everyone for over 20 years now. As for me, I originally had an interest in healthcare, particularly in neuroscience. I also studied brain research and educational psychology at Columbia University's Teachers College. I am utilizing that expertise in the academy to support everyone's studies and language learning. Online, we offer support for GMAT, GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, SAT, SSAT, etc. We provide the strongest support, typically for 1 to 2 months. Even for longer courses, the preparation is completed within 3 months, which has been very well received. If you watch today's video and feel like you want to have a personal consultation, or if you want to go to Goldman Sachs, or if you want us to review your CV, cover letter, or need interview preparation, please feel free to contact us through the chat box on our website for any inquiries. All right, so let's get started with TJ on how to create a resume that can get you into Goldman Sachs. We'll also show you a sample at the end, so please watch until the end.
Yes. Currently, around the world, it's the time for MBA, financial engineering, and undergraduate students, right? Yes, it's just the season for internships and full-time recruitment. We are providing a lot of support. Well, for instance, companies like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Bank of America, BlackRock, Citadel, and Jane Street. The finance sector is indeed very competitive, and now there's a trend towards AI, technology, othe, and algorithmic trading. I think it's undoubtedly a very interesting field. Regarding AI, while companies like GAFA are laying off engineers in the finance sector, for example, departments like M&A are not easily replaced by AI. Additionally, areas like trading, which many people are extremely fond of, are also significant. Sales is similar, including roles in sales, capital markets, and analysts. In finance, technology has been integrated for quite some time, so it's more about further incorporating technology. The use of technology in financial transactions is increasing. Funds such as private equity funds and activist funds are also becoming very active. People around the world are, engaging with these. It's very understandable that people want to enter the world of finance, and we are also supporting and helping many to succeed. There are various processes involved, as I mentioned in a previous video, and I will discuss each one in detail. Meanwhile, people are submitting applications and CVs. Regarding taking higher view assessments or attending interviews, detailed support is indeed necessary. That is something we provide. We provide support through online one-on-one coaching, and we receive quite a lot of inquiries. Since we can offer support online anytime and anywhere in the world, if you are someone who wants to enter top finance companies, please feel free to consult with us early on. Today, I would like to particularly talk about CVs, so I hope you will watch until the end. And especially for those aiming for the Goldman class, writing a CV or resume is an extremely important process. To emphasize how important it is, your CV can determine whether it is well prepared and catches the recruiter's eye. Will determine if you can proceed to the interview or if you can get further support from references. In a way, it serves as a business card. Therefore, it is an extremely important initial presentation document for you. I hope you can understand this properly. On the other hand, those who fail often write it quite carelessly. Even if they put in effort, the content might be shallow or abstract. It often lacks a strategic approach that would make people at the Goldman class think, this person is good and seems like a fit for us. It's very common that it's not written with that focus, so it's important to ensure that. It's very important to write a resume that resonates with your target audience, such as investment banks, asset management, hedge funds, and PE funds. To explain a bit further, firstly, details are crucial. Moreover, it's important to comprehensively write about your responsibilities, past responsibilities, and team management. Additionally, regarding your skills, it's not just about stating, I did this. It's very important to write in detail about what specific skills you have in a narrative format. Also, when you say you achieved something, what specific methodology did you use? What specific challenges did you face and how did you overcome them? You need to write in great detail about what you accomplished. Yes, the first point. And the second point is, well, precision, that is. Well, this also ties into the specificity mentioned earlier, but it's important not to use vague expressions. It's crucial to definitely convey a precise and proper impression, especially in finance. Therefore, using specific numbers and action verbs is also important. Expressing things clearly and precisely. And finally, regarding the if all statement, which everyone has done. Since you want to go into finance, it's a world where everything is quantified, isn't it? Therefore, it's very important to quantify all of your achievements and write them down. Yes. And then, regardless of whether or not you have a background in finance, your interest in finance is important. I believe you have studied various subjects like finance, economics, programming, and data science at university, graduate school, or MBA programs, including financial engineering. It's important to specifically write about what you have learned there. There are hard skills and soft skills, and it's crucial to balance both. Writing about this is extremely important. Many people tend to write only about soft skills or focus solely on hard skills. This often results in an imbalance. This is often the case. So, if you write about technical expertise, it's equally important to write about interpersonal abilities. It's crucial to clearly convey that you possess skills like leadership, communication, and teamwork, and how these skills have helped you achieve certain outcomes. Yes. So, well, it's quite common. Many people end up writing abstract things, but the point is to include numbers. For example, include a range from 2 million to 2.5 million, or even more specifically, 5.5 million, and so on in great detail. You can just write 2 million to 5 million, but even better, write 2.2 million to 5.4 million. wow, this person is impressive. It gives the impression that they are quite meticulous with numbers, doesn't it? So thoroughly write about the financial impact. If you are involved in business, or even if you've done business during an internship, it applies to NPOs or NGOs as well. After all, any kind of result can be quantitatively expressed in numbers, right? Therefore, it's very important to write that down clearly. For example, many people often write about how much they have improved or how much they have changed something. For instance, reducing costs is also good, and accountants often write about that. It doesn't matter what it is, but you must show exact figures, in other words, numbers. Otherwise, it lacks persuasiveness and you won't give the impression that you are suitable for finance. I hope you will be thoroughly committed to this. Yes, and then, well, it's about timeline achievement. In other words, whether you can meet deadlines. And naturally, many businesses and activities have deadlines, so it's important to show that you have achieved results within those deadlines. You don't need to write that for everything. Of course, a resume or a CV is meant to showcase your abilities from various angles. The goal is to highlight your abilities comprehensively, making them appear well-rounded from a 360-degree perspective. It's not just about endlessly listing timeline achievements, including some is fine, but make sure to incorporate other aspects as well. And then there's also that, yes, the beauty of a professional presentation, things like formatting, margins, both horizontal and vertical, and line spacing. People without a sense for these things tend to have messy resumes. I've done resume screenings for places like Goldman, and messy or hard to read resumes, or ones that make you not want to look at them, even if it's for MBA programs or school events. When you look at those resumes, you can tell the people who have written them properly. Even without looking at the content, you can tell, oh, this person is meticulous, right? So, for example, using professional fonts consistently, or even more, researching thoroughly to find out what fonts the company you're targeting uses. And matching that, I think that's what a professional does. Including those aspects, it's important to finish it as a professional presentation. Yes. So this is, well, an image of an alpha resume, and, well, this is somewhat blurred, but you write it this densely. You could even write it more densely. Yes. And this is one final form. And what an alpha resume is, well, when I was at Goldman Sachs, indeed at Goldman Sachs, there was a time when we were handed out a collection of resumes of people who joined. In other words, there was a resume book that compiled the resumes of people whom Goldman recognized and extended offers to. By examining those resumes thoroughly to see how successful candidates wrote them, we created a set of rules and formatted it into what we call the alpha resume. So if you follow this alpha resume format and write accordingly, well, it was almost an interview. There's almost no chance you won't be called. It's that impressive. Yes, it's a powerful tool. So if you're interested in creating an alpha resume, many people consult with us about it. So please feel free to contact us through the alpha website if you're interested. This is the strongest. It's the strongest in the world. Yes. And then, well, typos, grammar mistakes, etc. Dates, numbers, company names, university names, and technical terminology should be error-free. Just one mistake can be the end of it. In finance, one mistake can be the end. So, if you have a single resume, it represents all of your quality and abilities. Put all your energy into it, to create the best. Think of it as creating a work of art. That's the mindset you should have when writing a resume. So those who write it carelessly will be immediately rejected. Yes. You can tell without even looking at the content. It's just messy, that resume. So, with a perfectly beautiful resume, densely written, using a solid font, and with numbers clearly included in it, It gives the impression right from the start that this person fits Goldman. After that, honestly, we don't look much at the content. Well, this is when it becomes like, let's invite them for an interview. Is that okay? So it's important to ensure that level of quality through Alpha. We also offer resume checks as part of our individual guidance. So please show us your current resume, whether it's for an MBA, graduate school, or university. If you want to apply for finance, you must. Please undergo Alpha's resume check. If you just submit it as is, the resume you wrote casually will most likely be rejected. Yes.
Yes, surprisingly. Even if you think you're doing your best, most people end up having to rewrite almost everything, othe, as we provide corrections at Alpha. So please make sure to do it.
And then there's that. Regarding personal differentiation, well, at the end, after writing about your professional experience and educational background, I think you'll write about personal extracurricular activities. This part is very unique. It includes extracurricular activities and hobbies that are full of personality. Yes, writing about leadership roles, such as those in community activities, in a way that is heartwarming can help balance the overall feel of the resume or CV. I recommend doing this. Also, please feel free to consult with me on how to write about these aspects. And then, about that. Ethical standards are, of course, a given in finance. This is something that I think it's often asked in interviews or higher view sessions, especially at Goldman. Integrity is one of the principles, and indeed, emphasizing the ability to work with a strong sense of ethics is indeed also an important point. And then it's all about teamwork and collaboration. Since it's the expansive field of global finance, indeed, business is conducted all over the world. For instance, whether it's in America, such as New York, San Francisco, Chicago, London, Hong Kong, Japan, or Singapore. It's an organization that operates with a global team. Yes, it's about having cross-functional, cross-cultural teamwork abilities. Writing about that is very important and becomes something you like. Yes, and then in interviews, of course, you might be asked about the conflicts and how you resolve them. Such stories can come from work or student life, and if you don't have any, you'll have to work hard to create them. It's important to write about those experiences thoroughly. Yes. As for the preparation strategy, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, please take a look at the Alpha regimen. Then, yes, please try to imitate the structure, format, and content organization. Yes. Then, yes, regarding the mandatory Alpha review, I believe you have your resumes or CVs with you right now, so please show them. Then I can point out what's not good, what's good, and what should be changed. There are also resume reviews. Yes, if you write down that you'd like us to take a look at your current resume, I'll provide comments right away. Please feel free to reach out for consultation through the Alpha site. Anyway, at the very beginning, yes, it's like a business card for everyone, and it's an extremely important presentation material to see if you can take it to the interview. Moreover, it's a representation of yourself, so you need to give it your all. I believe that those who don't put their full effort into this won't get good jobs, not just in finance. So, I also mentioned the Chicago MBA, but at school, the career center's resume reviews are kind of lax. As you all know, you can't create a good resume at the school's career center. And even if you have a senior look at it, it's pretty casual, right? So it's really important to create the best possible one with professional advisors like us. And those are the people who are winning offers. If you want to win, I highly recommend you take Alpha's resume review. Yes, please feel free to consult with us. And moving forward, not just limited to resumes, but also various things like interviews and higher view, you know, various things, especially, technical aspects, right? We will also be releasing videos on technical questions. So please look forward to that. Currently, from MBA to financial engineering, data science, computer science, graduate schools, as well as undergraduate students and professionals. Those people are indeed. They want to enter finance, including Goldman Sachs. So they consult with Alpha. We have people coming to us from all over the world, and well, what you need to do is the same everywhere. Please consult with us as soon as possible, you know. In terms of income, how about earning over $500,000? Everyone can lead quite a rich and affluent life, so let's aim for that and work hard. We look forward to your consultations.
We are waiting for you in the morning. Yes, we support everything from CV resumes, career strategies, to interviews covered by resumes. If you have any consultations, questions, or need a review, please feel free to enter them in the chat box here. We look forward to your consultations. Let's aim to win. Bye.